Hello, hello. See if anybody shows up. Hello. Anybody? Ah, one person. No, or is that me? Nobody. Anybody want to come and have a chat? Anybody around? Hello. Ouch. No. About another minute. And if nobody comes, then I will go. Ah, hello. One person. I was going to give it another 30 seconds and then I was going to go. Oh, hello. Okay, now we got 3. Who else? Who else is there? Hello. Come and say hello. You've just sat down with a coffee. Well, I've just sat down with one myself. Snap. Yep. Hello, James. I've been around. Is this at different times? How are you anyway? Good, glad to hear it. You're ready for Christmas? I'm not too bad, thank you. You done with your rounds, Glenn? Where's Miss Mags? Yeah, the problem is, James, is the times that Dave has been streaming. It's either been late at night here. Yeah, to rest an old lady. Tell me later. Or it's been really early in the morning when I'm still asleep. So, but I have been on Dave's. I was on Dave's the other day. Hello to the ones that are lurking. I hope you're well. Oh. Right, I'm going to be really, really unsocial. Hello, Abraxas. 2, 4. You're up early. How are you? Yeah, I was a bit bored. Hi, Cole. Cole, Coel. Hello, KO. That's better. Yeah, I've been meaning to do just a live like this, general chat, catch up, see how everyone's doing for quite a while, because the last one I did was about a month ago. And I have done a premiere stream and a normal stream, well, an experiment stream, but just to sit down with you guys, have a chat, have a catch up, see how everyone's doing, and yeah, so it's been a few weeks. I'm doing well, thank you, KO. How are you? Yeah, everybody must be out and about today. It's so quiet. Did you find a big enough box for my Santa Prezi? No, I didn't, I'm afraid. That's funny. Yeah, it's a shame they don't have any Christmas filters on this, otherwise I'll put a Christmas one on. Yeah, I can imagine you're tired. It's quite early over there. It's about 8, coming up for 8, 9, something like that. So is it, are you all ready for Christmas? I know Glenn's bar humbug this year, but I can understand that. Well, yes, I know it is by you, James. You're only you're an hour behind me. Oh, sorry to hear that, KO. At least, yeah, you're right. At least you don't have a fever. How the devil am I? I'm all right. I can't grumble. I really can't grumble. Today's a good day, but you know how that can always change at a drop of a hat. Yes, you like it. It's cool, isn't it? Got it yesterday. I'll try and turn it around. You can see it a bit better. Hang on a minute. Turn the screen around on it. Oh, poop. Right. Let's try this again. Bye. Stellar display mode. Landscape. Thank you. Right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's actually, I got it from Wish. Came yesterday. I do have one of these, but it's a bit thicker, and it's that one's with the heart rate monitor. And believe it or not, this one, okay, I had to wait. It took 10 days to get here from China because I got where I got it from Wish. And with delivery, believe it or not, it was less than €10. So what I did about 2-3 days after is I ordered 2 extra straps for it. So, which were free. You only had to pay delivery, which I think was about €4. Yeah, I'm a bit addicted to Wish. Well, no, not that bad actually. I'm really surprised it's so quiet on here today. Not that I'm complaining. They've gone very quiet. Oh, a green flash then. Everybody's Christmas shop. Yeah, I think they probably are actually. Hey, Max. How are you, dear? Oh, look, I turned my polar bear on and he's not even in the picture. How bad's that? Look, there we go. That's the size of my Christmas tree, guys. Good, glad to hear it. Yeah, if the picture seems a bit choppy, it's because I'm using my tablet instead of my iPad. Hi PSPR, how are you? Because the last few times I keep using my iPad, where if I'm streaming from it, it crashes. So I thought, well, I'll go on my iPad, on my tablet today, and see how that behaves. That is true. It is less for the cats to trash. Well, thankfully, Cheeky can't get up there. So, well, no, he could. If he jumped up on the sofa, he could quite easily get up there. And my other tree, I don't actually have up, which is a bit taller than that one, but it's fiber optic. It's about 10 years old, and I have thought about putting it on, but it just makes so much of a racket. Good afternoon, Raymond. It's afternoon here in Germany, but good morning to you. I hope you're well. Now you're not the Grinch, Glenn. You've just had a lot on this year. I'm almost done with all my shopping, all my Christmas shopping. I need to pinch some wrapping paper from my sister on Saturday. Yes, I'm always on live chat, dear. This comes up as live chat. Oh no, that's on top chat. Sorry. I didn't actually realise. All right, there you go. Oops. But I'm still up to date with the chat. That's okay. I'm sorry. Don't tell me off, please. I'll cry. I completely forgot that actually shows top chat, live chat, and none. I completely forgot about that. So thank you very much, Glenn. I'll give you women's. Cheeky so-and-so. Well, I did have it up on my phone a little while ago, but I changed my mind. Yes, I am dressed today. I am. Yes, I had a very lazy day yesterday. I didn't get dressed at all, and I stayed in my PJs all day, which I haven't done for months on end. So, very true, Mags. You're quite right. We would be fine if it wasn't for the Craymen. Do you actually see these the normal way round or back to front? Just out of curiosity. Because looking in my tablet, I see them back to front. Normal. Okay, cool. I was just wondering. Very good. Yeah, right. You're far from normal, Glenn. What did the snowman say to the sun? Go away, have a rough day. I have a rough day. That's cool. I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some dabbing, and if nobody knows what that is, that not that dabbing, I mean as in happy color up, coloring in, dobbing, not dabbing, dobbing. Yes, God, I can't even talk right. I'm doing some dobbing, not some dabbing. Happy color. Yeah. Well, I have found another one, but there's, yeah, the ads are a bit intrusive on it. Dip, dip, dab. What's that? Oh no, that's jib jab, isn't it? That where you can elf yourself. Yeah, I did, but it didn't block them. So what can I do? Can't do much. I have to see if there's another few around. Funny. We've got a nice sunny day here today, but we've still got snow. Yeah, the Sherbet one. That Sherbet Mountain. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Hope you're well. I know, Raymond, isn't it just? It didn't seem too long ago that it was, really hot, summer weather. Hi, Marianne. How are you? And now it's just winter. Christmas is a few days away. It's absolutely crazy. I really don't know where this year has gone, actually. It's just gone way too quick. I'm pretty good, thank you, Anthony. I can't grumble. Oh, God, Glenn. I'm pretty good, thank you, Marianne. Oh, God, no. Almost your birthday, Max. Got to run away. When is your birthday anyway, Max? Four. Oh, Christmas Eve. Oh, that's a pain in the butt, isn't it? Being a Christmas baby. 21 again. I was 21 a year again quite a while ago. Excuse me. Oh dear, you two are like definitely, I can't talk, definitely like squabbling siblings. Now, quite try saying that if you've had a few to drink. Squabbling siblings. And Mags, they're both as bad as each other, Anthony. You know, you could quite happily just sit here and then just watch those two in the chat and not say anything. He's funny. They are like brother and sister, Anthony. They really are. Absolutely crazy, the pair of them. And I must say, it's actually quite nice because I've got myself a new tripod. And even though it's compact, it's actually bigger than my other ones. So Zara, I got you some more lattes. Oh well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Glenn. As I was saying, no, this the tripod I got's actually really good. If you want a, I suppose, semi-professional or professional tripod, inexpensive, that goes up to about 145 centimeters. I can't show you my tripod. I'd have to take it off. Hang on. I'll tell you what. I'll show you on eBay. I'll show you on eBay what they look like. And I've got to say, I've got all my tripods are all 3 different sizes. Right. Let me turn my phone around. Portrait, auto rotate. Oh, well, just have a think what he likes. Oh no, hang on. Okay, that's the tripod I got. It's a Zoomy. You got like the 360. Right, you've got the hand crank, which is normal. and you've got a hook to hook your camera bag underneath. The legs on it is really good, and you've got a center locking piece. But for the height that it goes, it's actually really good. I mean, if I've still got a picture on my phone, I might have actually deleted them, but I'll have a look. Oh, here we go. Right. You're gonna have to excuse the mess in the background. That is one of my tripods. And then that's another one of my tripods. And then that's the new one. And then that's with the center bar moved up. So you can see with the other two, it's sort of, yeah, goes up quite high. And where I like to take shots out of my window, because I do have nice scenery, especially up at the moon. My tripods were never big enough, and I used to have to sit them on my coffee table. So, but now with the one that I'm using, as you can see, and that's completely extended with, oh, let's take the, there we go. That's fully extended with my camera on, and as you can see, it just shows out the window, so it's actually really cool. And not that expensive. Okay, this is in euros, so I don't know what it'll be in pounds, but it was like just so, yeah, 19 euro 50. So and I actually looked at a different tripod first, and then I saw this one advertised, and I was looking it up, and professional photographer was using it for a while, and he had nothing but good things to say about it. It's like, even now, if I undo this, oh, hang on, done it up too tight. So, and this is, so it's actually really smooth. Okay, I know it doesn't come across like this because I'm actually where I'm using my tablet, and it's not as smooth as my iPad. Need a new handheld tripod. Mine is all glued together. Oh no. Seasick. Yeah, sorry about that, Anthony. But if you just have a look on eBay, Marianne. So you've got the silver ones, the little the little silver ones, and then you've got the ones that are slightly bigger. But you've also got the ones that you can the legs that you can actually bend around a tree or a post or something like that. They actually look pretty good. Because I think I've got in total, I've got 2 small tripods. Then I've got these big 3. I did used to have 3 small tripods, but one of them broke. But most of my small tripods I mainly use for if I'm streaming, because I tend to use exactly what are tripods. I tend to use one of my little like GoPro things as a webcam, So I normally screw it into the little tripods, and yeah, that's what they tend to be used for more than anything nowadays. Floor tripods are okay. But even just like a basic tripod, a large one, well, maybe not as large as this, but my bronze one, okay, that's a replacement because my original one broke. I think you're only probably talking maybe about $20, maybe. So you can get pretty decent ones. If it's just like to put your phone and that on, you can pick them up pretty quick, pretty cheap. It is a good price. My original one, I got on a special deal on Amazon, and we're talking, God, maybe about 10 years ago, and I think that was about €8. So that was really good. And I had it, and it broke last year, but it was still semi-usable. And I wanted to replace it, and I was looking for the same one, and I got like the replacement one I got secondhand. Oh, nice, Raymond. Cinnamon rolls. I've got some sausage rolls in the freezer. Actually, I might have to take them out. Let them defrost. Yeah, well, I think well, even now it's what if you were to buy that exactly the same one on eBay? If I go on eBay now, and I'll tell you how much these ones actually cost, and that's actually being sent from here. So it's ID 115. Is that here? Right. To buy one of these ones today, if I say in blue, it would cost you €12.50. Oh, that's cool, that's so. So there's not that much of a price difference between China and here. But then you've got to think, if you are buying from China, like on something like Wish, you've got to take into consideration the shipping charges. So if you can see the same thing, and it might be only €2 more or $2 more or something, and you want it a bit quicker, then I would, if you want it because of speed, then I would suggest still use eBay. But if you're not bothered on waiting a few weeks, then well, the straps that I'm getting for this, Glen, they're free. And not just some, there's loads. You can get like, I have a list on my Wish. If I go to it, profile. Well, at the moment, I've got 19 items on my free stuff. Oh, that one's gone up. So you can get something like that, which is free. Hey, K-Dog, how are you, my dear? So you only got to pay for the shipping. For the ladies, something like that. You've only got to pay the shipping. Let's see. Okay, some of them have gone to €1 now, but you get the general gist. Can you have an angel from an angel? Oh, I've still got to send you an angel, don't I, Anthony? I keep forgetting. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yes, I can send you an angel, Anthony. What colour? I can't even remember what colour. Did that save? Surprise you. Okay. I will. I have to dig one out. I've still got loads. What colours do you like, Anthony? Tell me what colours you like. You have a wing. I don't have a wing. Oh, nice, Max. Bye, Raymond. Thank you for coming. Take care. Blue, black, white, and green. Blue, black, white, and green. Hang on a minute. Let me see what colours I've got. Blue, black. I'm back. Blue, black. I thought I had blue. Sure I had blue. Hi, Ricky. My eyes are greeny blue. That's the green one, Anthony. I think I can do a black one. I think I've got some black beads somewhere. I might even send all 4. I'll do your black, blue, green, and white. Because they're only sitting around. Let me just take a screenshot. Oh, I'll be able to see all the colours anyway. Going back. Yeah, and then you'll get a nice little saying going, wherever you go, whatever you do, may your guardian angel watch over you. I don't know if my eyes are more green or more blue today, actually. Yeah, green today, but you can see the blue. And I have a hazel dot in this eye. Yeah, I do, Anthony. I'm sure I do. Yeah. If I can't find it, I'll send you a message on Hangouts. Only 2%. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure I've still got yours, actually, Anthony. It's in the on my letter rack in the hallway. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, I do bits and bobs. What else do I do? Let's see. I can get this one out. Oh. I've got I do stuff like this little key ring that you can also put on your bag. So this one actually matches. But then you've got a bookmark. Got one there that's out. I've got them in red. What else have I got down here? Let's change the ending of that one actually. I've got like with a leather band and with an angel on the bottom. I've got half made stuff. That's only just one drawer though. That's terrible, Glenn. Where's some of me others? Hang on. Let me get some of me other bits I've done and I'll show you. Oh. Oh no, where's that box? Oh, I do actually have a box somewhere with a necklace that I made. There's another angel. Let me go. I got something like that for mental health. Oh, got a little green ribbon. What else we got in here? Oh, this one's a nice key ring. Oops. That one you can put on your bag or on a key ring. I haven't actually done any beading for about a year. Oh, and actually on those of you that know Riley, Old Order of Magnitude, I know some of you do, on his, yeah, I know, on his 587, I think it is, the red ribbon around it with what's on it. Hi, Jackie. And there's another bookmark there. And it's all silver. Yeah, Riley's got well, it's actually Natalie's, but that's actually a bookmark. And on on his ghost box Chloe, he does actually have, I made it in sort of like a slightly bent and going up with it saying Truth Seekers Exceed. Oh, this one's a nice one as well. This one's in black. That one's with black beads. Oh, not very good camera, this, for streaming. Do the old beauty guru thing. What else have I got? Oh yeah, there was a campaign somebody that I knew did a few years ago. Never managed to sell any, but we had something for mental health awareness, and it was called Goat Lime. Actually, what I did is some bookmarks with Go Lime on it, and then at the other end you got like a silver hope. What else have I got in here? It's a shame I don't know where my necklace is. I don't know where I've put the box. I'll be able to show you that. Oh, these were completely made from scratch. Can't see the chat. There we go. How are you, Jackie, anyway? Oh, I never actually finished that one. There you go. And that's actually done just with beads. And we got... Did some for my... This is what I did for my bipolar group with BSB and them on it. No, this is what happens when you have too much time on your hand. Oh, gold. I bet. Anthony, really? Right, let me turn my camera. Is this really a hoarder's place, Anthony? Oh, and that down there, I made that as well. Yeah, and then we got some blue ones. And we got purple. And some more blue. And some more green. And some orange. Some red. No worries, Marianne. Oh, this one was quite nice. There we go. There's another one that I did. But I've got a bottom shelf in my bookcase, and all it has is like all my beads, even down to like these diddy ones, and my ribbon and my pliers. Well, they're only little. These are only little. Okay, looks a bit dusty at the moment, but like I'm actually quite a creative person. That I did myself. That one I did myself. Hi, Orbs around. I don't have organized chaos. Well, no, sometimes I do actually. But I've always been a creative, person. And then going from stuff like that to you guys have got me at it now. Thank you, Marianne. So then we got from creating stuff like that to stuff like that. Oh, I've got one that's come off there. Stuff like that. I am cat. That one needs to go back in. To stuff like them. I love photography. Oh, he's good. That one's a good one as well. Hi, Matt. This one doesn't give it justice, but that came out really, really green. What else we got? Oh, he's not alive anymore, unfortunately. He got old. Well, that one's from down in Bosnia. That one. See, I'm all boring you with my photography now. It's one of my favorite. Another one of my favorites. There is him. That one there. That one's just down on one of the lakes. Oops. That all I got in that one? Oh, it is. What have I got here? That's another one that I did. I love taking macro photography. I've got one like that. Okay, that one doesn't do it justice either, but that was quite nice. That's just a few. There was one that I used the other night on the experiment. That was actually a photo that I took. Thank you, Orbs around. Yeah, I should sort out. I haven't uploaded any of my photography in a long time, actually. But there's one actually one of my, if I can find it for you guys, I'll try my best if I can find it. It's one of my, I was actually told by somebody, no, I don't, Anthony. Where are we? Yeah, no, before I got slightly sidetracked, there was one photo that I did, and somebody's uncle worked for National Geographic, and they said it was good enough for them. I'll try and scroll down. Not that one there. And birds. It's one of my macro photos that I took. Another macro. Some of you that might have seen me when I've been streaming in the kitchen. The photos on the wall there are actually all my photography. But I am trying to find just one in particular photo. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's one I've got on my wall. That one there. Oh, I don't know which album it's in. It's one of the Zoo albums I've got. But I have got like a few thousand photos. I do need to, well, that was my my website, my photography website. The last time I actually posted anything, I think, was 2014. I think, looking at it. One is one of my other favorite photos as well. Is that one? But yes, and I love taking shots of the moon and mountains and animals. What, YouTube channel? I've got a couple of I do have a couple of videos on my personal one, I think, with some of my photography. I think. Let me have a look. No, don't want to watch the trailer for Macrame. Glenn's always naughty. Right, let me have a look. Um, yeah, I do have some photos from 10th of September 2016. I thought I had some more than that on there. Oh well. Finkel. Yeah, I need to go through a load and put some pickies up on my Facebook page. And I did I've done a family photo session before. I've done a wedding, but that was many years ago. Yeah, I know. I know yours does it as well occasionally when you stream, Glenn. I think it's the tablet. I don't know. Crazy guys. No, man, because it wasn't. But I'm gutted. I really don't know where that box is with the necklace. Oh, hang on. I do actually. I've just found it. Right. Now this was actually a necklace that I made. And then you have with that I know I had it somewhere. And got the matching bracelet. And you have I have to move these ones actually. Hold on. And then you got 2 different sets of earrings as well. Hi, Maria. Yep. It's self-made. Oh. Yes. I know I had it somewhere. I just didn't know where I put it. Yeah. But the thing is that you've got supply and demand, and if I run out of stock, then thanks, Mags. Do I make spectacle chains? No. I've never tried actually. Problem with that, when you run out of stock, you've got to sit there and you've got to make another load. And as some of you know, when you have are you gonna make it as well then, Glenn? When you're not in when you have a mental illness, when you're not in a good place, it's the last thing you're thinking of doing is actually sitting there and making stuff for hours on end. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, I've got a whole load of stock down there. That are still to use up, ribbon and beads and trinket things, and I've got it all. I just haven't sat down and touched any since Think it may have been last November or something. Yeah, no. That's a good idea, Max. That's a good idea. But it's actually a lot involved when you're doing stuff like that. You need you need some peace and quiet, obviously, which I've got. You need patience, you need time, but patience I have most of the time. Time I have. Um but yeah, you have to be in the right mindset to do something like that. It's like I've been stitching a tablecloth for over 10 years now and it's still not finished. Don't be so cheeky, Glenn. Believe Mags, look, yeah, I've got a little bit of coverage. That's all I've got on. And you can still see the bags under my eyes, so I don't look good all the time, dear. I think my glasses frames just hide where the bags are, so. But seriously, Maria, all I've got is a tiny little bit of corrector foundation, just green. And a little bit of blusher. Am I getting enough sleep? I wish I did, Anthony, but no, I'm not. I suffer with insomnia as well, Anthony. Okay, Jackie. Yeah, I just saw that. You look after yourself, lovey. Thank you for popping in. I did use to, Mags, but I closed it down. I did used to have a proper Facebook page with prices and everything like that, but it never took off. Thanks, Marianne. You don't need makeup anyway, Maria. Oh, so I haven't even got mascara on. I've got no lip gloss on. I've just got a little bit of concealing, just sort of greeny L'Oreal stuff, just to cover a bit of the blemishes, bit of blusher, and that's it. That's all I've done. So I don't look so haggard. You have to excuse me, I've got a cramp in my foot. He always does. Yeah, but then it's get finding the people to buy and so on and so on. I've tried on eBay. It just never really worked out for me, Max. So, if I don't know, some of my stuff, I know a friend of mine in South Africa has got a BSB bracelet that I did him. I've got some like the key, either for a keyring or bag jewelry. Somebody in America, or two people in America, a couple of people in England. Yeah, so they're if I can send something out to somebody, then if somebody wants something, I'll send it out to them. It's nothing to do with the money or anything like that. It was it's it's just pleasure. Oh, when I was young, I used to make dolls' clothes for my sisters and dolls' houses out of cardboard boxes and like with the windows, and then you make like the little curtains for them. Taurians are known for being creative, and being bipolar as well is also being creative, apparently. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what it is with that green flash that it does sometimes. It's very strange. I think if I'm streaming on my tablet again, I might have to give Streamlabs another try, or Camera or something. Oh, that's fine, Max. Nothing wrong in that. It's good to have a logical mind. We need logical minds, people with logical minds. Yeah, you're quite right there. I've just never got around to testing it properly. Yeah, but that would be a bit strange, Anthony, because I come from the south. Glen is in the middle. So you've got the way that I may pronounce something. Glenn may pronounce it completely different. Same as with how I pronounce certain words, but Mags pronounce it differently. Maria pronounces it differently. Because they're up north. Hi, Mikhail. It's like, take for instance where Glenn comes from. Okay, Marianne, you take care. Thank you for coming. Um, from where he comes from people that come from Nottingham, they say Nottingham. Now, people up north, they would say it the same. If you come from a very posh area, you would say Nottingham. And me, I either say Nottingham or Nottingham. So you've got the pronunciation differences. An English pronunciation of English words for Americans. It's an idea, though. Oh. But yeah, in comparison to, say, the people from London, Midlands, and up north, where I come from, well, well, you've seen Glenn. They actually call people from down south posh. I think it's because we pronounce our P's and our Q's. I don't know. For a Brightonian, I'm quite common. Exactly, Max. Southern softies. That's true. That is just England, Glenn. Oh, no worries, K Dog. That's fine. Oh, that's a nice honor. That's a nice honor for your grandfather. Hello there, Mr. Steelman. Exactly. And Plymouth is only down the road from Brighton. It's not actually that far. Couple of hours. It's even if I go, well, from my hometown, even 7 miles outside to Lewis. Again, it's like a completely different language. Because if you go West Country, you got your like your Farmer Joyles, and then you've got sort of me, and then if you go up Birmingham way, it's like come from Birmingham, come from Birmingham, you know. So you got your. I know they are, Mags. Your accent's fine, Mikhail. Well, then you got your Welsh, which hardly anybody can understand. So I come from Wales. I can't do Scotland, I'm afraid. Can't really do Ireland. Well, apart from saying Ireland. I should be able to because that's where my mum's family comes from. Um, yeah, but even though we've got like your different dialects like you do in the States. Oh, wee bonny lass. Come from Scotland. There you go. There's my Scottish. Scottish. But yeah, there's some parts in England. Thank you. You don't even you can't even understand them. It is literally you would need a dictionary to understand what they're saying. Glasgow, Zara. And then you've got what would you call your Oxford English? Which is what the Queen speaks, and it's one has to speak as one is supposed to, and all the pronunciations have to be perfect. She is a Glaswegian. Come from Liverpool. There you go. We got Blackpool. What do you think we do down south as kids, as teenagers? It's probably the same as the rest of you that are in other parts of England. Is to try and do other accents. Still surprised I can do some actually. So many. I don't think I can do Newcastle. It's just no, I don't think I can. But yeah, but even just well, just with those few accents, take away the Welsh one, it's just green again. And the Scottish one and the Irish one, they're just different area. They're just different areas of England, and the majority of them are up north. The dialect that is strange is those from the east coast, Norfolk. Okay. No, I like Chevette. I actually like. Are you reading that paper you're sitting on? I think that's cool. That's a good one, that one. Okay, Max. I'll probably give it about another 8 minutes. And when it gets to half past, no, not half past. Yeah, when it gets to about 8 minutes, then I've been here an hour and a half. And to think I was just gonna give it another 30 seconds and disappear. There you go. Wouldn't have been an EVP session, Mikhail. EVP sessions with recorder. It was a spirit box session. I'm not. No, I'm not today. Next stream I'll do is either no, Mikhail, you don't have to be quiet. It's just that misinformation, my dear. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, this is with wrong information, Mikhail, that other people give out. And it's where it's yeah, all it is just that just letting you know that it's the correct what it is. That's all it is. Now, as I was saying, Anthony, now if I'm gonna be streaming sometime over Christmas, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. Might be open panel. I'm not too sure yet. But apart from that, the next stream that I will be doing is because I haven't done one in about. I'll tell you the difference in a minute, Mikhail. Is probably an angel card reading because it's been 4 or 5 months since the last time I did an angel card reading stream, so that'll probably be the next one of the next streams that I'll do. But yeah, Michaela's what Glenn was saying, EVPs is electronic voice phenomena, which is like when you're using a recorder and you hear back and you hear the words on that. That's an EVP. Or if you're hearing it live without any recorder, that's a disembodied voice. And the voices that you're hearing coming over on a spirit box, they're direct replies. It's not an EVP. And I do know that there are some channels and very, very big channels that are saying everything that they're doing, it's EVPs. It's not. It's if you're using a ghost box, it's a spirit box session. And if you're using a recorder or even your phone, it's an EVP session. We all learn. I had to learn the correct differences because I used to get them all mixed up myself. Thank you, Glenn. But it's like anything when it comes down to paranormal, it's a we're constantly learning, whether it be the correct way to do stuff, the correct the correct way how to describe something. We're always learning. No doubt, Max. I know, Glenn. Yeah. Disembodied, the easiest way. No, no. You're not stupid. No, you're not stupid, Mikhail. What it is that I know one or two big channels, but I'm not going to mention their names because there's just no point. If they're doing a spirit box session, they're saying that it's an EVP session. Now, if you're thinking that these types of channels have way more than 10,000 people, subscribers, and those 10,000 subscribers are all learning that, hang on. Oh, yeah. If all those 10,000 people or plus that are saying doing a session using this or whatever box or a PSB7 is an EVP session is wrong. It completely wrong. If you're doing a box, you can get EVPs when you've recorded a box session that is apart from the voices that are coming out of the box. But an EVP session, it's like if these people used to watch Ghost Adventures or anything like that, even they know the difference. So yeah, if they're using a box, Mikhail, and you can turn around and correct these people as well if you go in their streams. If they're using something like this, or the PSB7 like what you've got, or anything else, and they say it's an EVP session, you can correct them and say, no, it is a spirit box session that you're doing. An EVP is when you're using a recorder and like you're asking questions, doing bursts, like maybe a few questions and leaving 10, 20, 30 seconds between each question. And then you listen back on a recorder, or you can do it on a phone, or you can use the really old cassette recorders with the old cassettes. They are EVP sessions. There, we have sort of done a video on that, Anthony. But I think the larger channels that give out the misinformation and saying, oh, I'm going to use like the EVP and Spirit Box. These people that are saying that giving this misinformation out, that they're doing EVP sessions when it's not. Like I've said, they are distinctly two different things. Hopefully, Mikhail, you never know. You never know. The spirits are around all the time. They come and go all the time. It really depends on how the connection is between yourself and the spirits. And that's one thing I've learned. And that's one of the reasons why Glenn and I do the type of educational videos that we do. Yeah, I think lots of people have, Marianne. You know, if people go into like bigger channels and they're giving out this misinformation, and then other people are being told, oh, they're doing an EVP session when it's a spirit box session, and then you get thousands of people that know a spirit box session is doing an EVP session. It makes people like myself and Glenn and others that like to educate others, it gives us an even harder job trying to tell people the right information, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Glenn. So that's one of the reasons why Glenn and I do the videos that we do have on his channel and on mine, is where there has been a lot of misinformation given, and we just want to try and give out the correct information for your own resource tools. I know you have, Mikhail. I don't personally like the PSB7. There's just it's too much noise for me, and it actually gives me an earache. Yeah, I don't like the PSB7. It gives me an earache, and I don't like it. It's too noisy for my liking. They made that box wrong when they did that. But that's another story altogether. That's why I like the boxes that I have. No, do not throw them away, Mikhail. Do not throw them away. No, no. Lots of people get very good responses on the PSB7. Yes, I do, Glenn. I have very hypersensitive ears. I've heard a lot of good responses with the PSB7. It's just not a box that I would like to use myself because of the problems, you know, with hypersensitivity and to noise. But no, it's you find whatever box works for you. Yeah. We're all learning at the end of the day when it comes to the paranormal every single day, from somebody that has been around a year, or somebody like me that's been around 2 years, or somebody that's been around like Glenn, which is over 30 years. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the paranormal or had an interest in the paranormal. It's a constant learning curve. We're constantly learning, whether it be new equipment, new experiments, new ways of contacting people. Research is going on all the time. It's constantly evolving. If you think back to the Victorian times, they used maybe talcum powder, flour, dowsing rods, pendulum, and then when the radio and seances. It's still a true box, Marianne. Even though it's a PSB7, it is still a true box. A compass. You know, we've got from the old school, And then you're coming up with like into the beginning of radios, where Tesla started hearing things. Okay, Mags, take care, darling. And then you're going later on in years, and then Barchi comes in. And then from the last 30 years from Barchi. No, no, Mikhail. Hi, breaking. Then you're going from Barchi to from the last 30, 40 years when he started to the thing or everything that people use nowadays. You've got so much equipment nowadays that you can use. But what a lot of people get an old school recorder, Anthony. Do it. Not a problem. But then what a lot of people that are using a lot of the new tech, like the EVP recorders, 587s or whatever radio that you're using, whether it be a manual tune, these old style, like they're using the talcum powder, the flour, the dowsing rods, the pendulum, it's all old school paranormal investigating, and it's that's getting lost. Either or, Anthony. If spirits want to talk, they're going to use whatever they can, whether it be an 8-track, an old cassette recorder, an EVP recorder, your phone. They will use what is there. If they want to talk, they will find a way, regardless. On a tablet, if spirit wants to talk, they will find a way to communicate with you. It's yeah, he has. Mortis is every now and then you get somebody that makes like this spring and helps to bring the field forward somewhat. Barchi, yeah, it's a pendulum. I'll what the type that you get, I'll carry on with that subject in a minute. Where are they? There they are. Right. Back again. Oh. We don't know, Anthony. Right, you got you got many different types of pendulums, Marianne. You've got the ones that have crystals, which this is quite light in comparison to my other one. If you're gonna buy a pendulum and it's got a chain on it, take the chain off. You want something to use like a little bit of ribbon, a little bit of silk. This is like a I don't know what this one's called in English. But what you need is something that is consistent. Yes. And what it does when you have a chain where you've got the energy that comes from the bottom of the pendulum, the energy has to flow all the way through from the bottom of the pendulum, or down, should I say, as well, all the way through whatever you're using to connect to your own body's energy. And if you're thinking you've got a chain, you've got a like even just something like this, a normal necklace or any type of chain, what it's doing, that energy coming up from the pendulum that to connect to your own energy, is going to keep breaking with each link and then reconnecting and then breaking again and reconnecting. So you're going to have like this constant break. So it's actually easier if you're having some, even like a piece of rope is actually connected to a pendulum. There's a fantastic video by a guy called Leslie Barker. This one's like a soap, a soap, but I do have like a silk. The other type of pendulum, which I think is a lot more reliable. This is a copper pendulum. It's heavier. So you've got swinging a pendulum is easy. It's keeping that still, letting the energy flow. It's with, okay, I have a slight shake in my hand, but you can just see, just with that slight shake, that my pendulum is moving. Whereas if I was using the copper one, it's heavier, it's a good conductor for energy flow, and I just hold that there. Okay, once it's settled down, there you go. I can carry on talking, and it's not really swinging. It'll move as I'm moving, but you won't have that same movement as if this will give you actually more movement, because if I'm moving it around, there's a distinct difference. So if you're going to get a pendulum, you need to get like a heavy crystal or a copper, something that is a conductor. But if it comes on a chain, remove that chain and use something natural like silk, rope. This one's like a soap string. Don't worry, Mikhail. The same as the dowsing rods. It's something that is good. If you got some brass, copper, my dowsing rods are copper. My other ones, my extendable ones, they are copper, but with like a chrome covering on them. But yeah, that's a whole different stream. But yeah, going back to the other subject, you get with anything, not just the paranormal, but any type of research that you do, you're going to have somebody that comes along and pushes that field forward to the next step that it needs to go, regardless of what it is. It could be the paranormal, could be engineering. You can any crystal. This is rose crystal. This is good for protection. This was my very first pendulum, but I found it was too light, so it was moving around quite easily. But I wanted something that was a bit heavier. Not really MCAT. Not from the research that I've been doing. No, the crystal doesn't really matter. But for me, I wanted to go on to something that was a lot more natural and heavier. So it's that people have got less chance of saying, oh, you're fake at doing what you're doing. So this is heavier than what this one is, and that's purely one of the main reasons why I changed from a crystal pendulum to a copper pendulum, is because of the weight difference, and you've got less chance of moving this if your hand's really, really still, and it's a lot harder for spirits to try and use it. Whereas something like this, it's easy to move around. Yes, it's going to be a lot easier for spirits to use, but you've got more chance of people turning around and saying to you, well, you're fake, you're moving your hand doing that. It's like, I don't know if it'll work. I don't even know if there's anything around, but we'll give it a try. And there is a way of holding this properly, but I'm not going to be doing that at the moment. Right. That's completely still, as still as I can. If there is a spirit around that would like to connect, could you turn this in a circle, please? You can see my hand. Could you do a circle for me, please? Hi, Brian. Now you can see my hand. You can see my hand at the top. Could you go in a circle for me, please? There we go. And back and forth. Could you go in a circle? Not side to side. Could you go in a circle? Now it's going back and forth. As you can see, I'm not moving my hand. You can see it here. It's plain. Now, if I was moving my hand for it to go like that, you would see me move it quite a bit to get it to swing. Even to go the other way, I would need to move it. But it's not, it's still. This is why heavier the object, not obviously not heavy that you can't hold it up, but you know, something that's got a good weight, that's got less chance of somebody turning around and saying to you, well, that's fake, what you're doing. And if you can, always show your hand as well. So yes. So yeah. Well, who would have thought I would end up talking paranormal? But anyway, back to the other one, because I got sidetracked by a question. Yeah, you're going to get somebody that comes along in any type of field that is going to advance the field and give it a push that it needs. And that's and it's people like Mortis that is actually with the paranormal, when it's come to the paranormal, that is given that push to the paranormal to it's all about research, Glenn. That's given the paranormal that push to go to the next level. So, and it could be 5 years, 10 years, could be 20 years, could be even be 30 years before we get that next push in the paranormal to go on the next step. But yeah. Don't worry if you're confused, Mikhail. I confuse myself all the time. Jumping backwards and forwards between two subjects can be very confusing. But research is a big key. But if you want to learn how the pendulum really works, I think if you go to my channel and then go to the playlist research tools, I think in there I have the link to the Leslie Barker video about the pendulum. And if you want to know a bit more who Barchi is, there's also a video on Barchi there. You've also got a little bit more on the spiritual medium type of stuff, which was the skull experiment. That's also in that playlist as well. Glenn's videos on researching. You're welcome, Marianne. You've also got Glenn's researching the video boxes, videos. There's also a video in there about water ITC from Soul Reaper Paranormal as well. And a lot of videos from what I've done myself during the first year of my own journey, of what I've been learning, and to pass on to others for their own research tools. Research makes a big key if you're in the paranormal. Hello, Sir Daddy. Always, if you're interested in something, don't just listen to one person's view. Go to other people, learn what their thoughts are on a subject, and then you can make up your own mind of okay, what might be right, what might be wrong. We're talking about this, that, and the others, Sir Daddy. No, I've had my coffee. But yeah, research. If I can pass on one very, very important piece of information when it comes down to being in the paranormal, is research. And don't just concentrate just on the one channel, the information they give out, and take that as gospel. Even the stuff that Glenn puts out, even the stuff that I put out when it comes down to research, don't just add that to your bag of tools. There could be somebody that has got a different opinion to what Glenn and I have. Is it collect different people's opinions. So that's why when it does come to the paranormal, research is very, very important. Have a look at, if you've got an idea about doing something, have a look around, see if somebody else has done it before. And if you do come across somebody that's done something like that before, maybe get in contact with them and ask them what types of results that they had. Was it a successful experiment? And things like that. There's websites on the paranormal. Use Google. Ask for people's recommendations. To find if it's on YouTube, which channels to go to if they want to learn more information. Especially if it's maybe on a certain area. Don't take everything a lot of channels turn around and say as gospel. It's like, as I was going back full circle to what I originated with some of the big channels giving out false information by saying that a ghost box session or a spirit box session is the same as an EVP session, because they're not the different. So that's what I mean, where research is so vitally important when it comes to doing paranormal. Just watch it, just listen to us talk, Mikhail, and have a listen to the research tools that Glenn and I have put together, and ask lots of questions. That's how a lot of people tend to learn. Ask questions. People do. You get in a lot of places people asking the same questions, over and over again, and it's, if they're into the paranormal, these types of questions have been asked thousands upon thousands of times. And it's the other questions that people need to be asking, these hard-hitting questions when it comes to the paranormal. Of course, no one, and I mean literally no one in the paranormal can turn around and say to you, this is 100% how it is when we die. Nobody. Because the only time we will ever learn for ourselves what exactly happens in the afterlife, if there's an afterlife, and exactly what happens is the day we die. So if somebody turns around and says to you, this is exactly what is happened, this is what happens, and they turn around and say to you, that is 100% guaranteed, run. Basically, run. Because when it comes down to the paranormal, like I said, nobody can say for 100% certainty what is what. All we can do as ITC researchers, paranormal investigators, ghost hunters, witches, wizards, anything that comes at card readers, everything that comes under the umbrella of paranormal, nobody can turn around and say something is 100% because we do not know. This is why we do the experiments that we do, the hundreds upon thousands of ghost box sessions that you see, the hundreds and thousands of EVP sessions that you see, and the investigations that you see, and the water ITC, the fire ITC, orbs, even though that's a big question mark as well. It's everything that we're learning. Everybody's learning. Nobody is an expert. You have those that are very experienced. Yeah, I am on a roll now. You've got those that are very experienced, like Glenn, as he's been in the field over 35 years. And to me, if there was going to be any type of expert in a field, it would be someone that has been invested in an area for many, 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 many years, lifetime. For me, that is what an expert is, not somebody that knows the ins and outs of how a ghost box works. Are they going to be an expert at it? Yes, of course. Are they going to be a leading person to speak to? Quite possibly. But it doesn't mean that these people that claim to know everything, they don't know everything. The only time we learn, like I've said before, is the day we die, not before. We can guess, we can give our own personal opinions, but even we don't know. We can go by what spirit tells us, if that is actually spirit. Michael, you are not stupid, hon. We are all on a learning curve. We are all learning. Some people's journeys are right at the very, very beginning. Some people's journeys might be a year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years down the line. But we are all still learning. And this is why, just touch on another thing very briefly, is that when you see like the small channels and they're streaming, go to them, ask questions, learn together, have these types of discussions, that when Glenn and I do our paranormal chats. Yeah, ask the questions that you need to ask. If you want to know more about a piece of equipment, ask about a piece of equipment. If you're really curious about something, but it's a question that you've not thought about asking, if you've gone into a chat elsewhere, come and ask me and Glenn. If it's something we can't give you an answer to, my God, we'll most certainly give you our own personal opinion. Mm. Yeah, of course, Anthony. I think there would probably be a lot of people that would do that type of experiment. I know I probably would, just to see for myself what is out there, and then I can pass my own personal experience over to other people. It's all the things that we learn, and it's like with the information videos that I give out. It is only things that I have learned on my own journey. And never be afraid to ask, Mikhail. Never be afraid to ask questions. Asking question is even if you go back to like being at school. If you didn't know something, you asked the question because you wanted to know that. So if don't be, never ever ever be afraid to ask questions, especially to Glenn and I. Glenn's a lot more experienced in the paranormal than what I am, but I've had the paranormal in my life since a young age. So we both come from both different perspectives of it. I've always had an interest in it. Glenn's investigated it. So, and my journey in ITC, my very first, shall we say, box session wasn't even using a radio. It was using an app on a tablet in December 2016. That was my introduction to ITC. And if you've got somebody that can help you, ask them for help as well. If you need, if it's somebody that you know that's good at EVP sessions or good at analyzing EVPs, ask them if they could give you a help. If they can maybe just as a second pair of ears, just to analyze what may or may not be there themselves. It's still we're a community. The paranormal is a community. It might not seem like it half the time, but it is a community. And one thing you'll always find with myself, with Glenn, and most certainly other people out there, if you need help, all you need to do is ask, whether it be advice on annotating, which type of box to buy, whether it be a hatch radio, a manual tune. If it's an app, what type of app would they recommend? There is always somebody there, always, that will be able to answer your questions, always. And if you go into a channel or a person or a group and they're not willing to help you, they're not willing to help you advance, well then they must have ulterior motives. But anyway, that's it. That's enough of me going off for a tangent the last half an hour or whatever. See, I'm passionate about the paranormal. So once I get going, it's very hard for me to stop. And the same as Glenn. We can talk for 4, 5, 6 hours straight on nothing but paranormal. And we do on a regular basis. But I hope I haven't confused too many of you. It's a possibility, Brian. It's a possibility. Some people say yes, some people say no. I would my own personal opinion, and I will always give my own personal opinion, and that is yes. I would say yes, you can. I would say so. It wouldn't it be the same as astral projection, but just the other way around. And you also hear of, if you're lying there with if you're doing like an evening meditation and you're asking for contact for from your spirit guides, you ask them if they can connect to you in dream state. So in a way, even before you're fully asleep, you're putting your thoughts out there to the universe, to for your guides, if they can contact you. Yeah, that'll probably be hard to do, Marianne. But if there's one app I can recommend that is a very much like a real ghost box, if it's one app, and I will always, always, always recommend it. And Anthony's just said the name of it in chat. That it's the Live Ghost Box by Steve Holte. One of the, even though I had her before, I didn't actually realize, but I was using the Live Ghost Box website last March, and I turned around and said, I asked for Anna, and I turned Angel Anna, and I turned around and said to her, Anna, if you hear, can you say love you? And the reply that I got was a direct reply mimicking exactly how I said, not my voice, but saying love you. And that is from the Live Ghost Box website. I have had nothing but really, really good direct replies from the Live Ghost Box. And the last time I used it was when I was in Turkey in June. I do have a double session. I did do a double session in Turkey using the 587 and the Live Ghost Box. It's not on public yet, but it will be. Definitely before the end of the year. I've got 2 sessions to book public, and that is actually going to be one of them. So if you're looking for an app that's very much like a real ghost box, you've got different streams. You can adjust the speed, so if you're learning, you can have it going slower. If you're used to it, you can have it going full blast. Then I highly recommend the Live Ghost Box. It's only a paid version on iOS, but on Android you can have Stream 1, which is free of charge, and the Live Ghost Box Plus is on iOS and Android. But also, if you go to I think it's called liveghostbox.com is the website, and you're actually able to test out Stream 1 there as well. But very good. But like with anything, ask questions, research, ask more questions, research some more. And that's how we all learn, really. That's how I've learned what I've learned. I knew some stuff. Oh, Frank's box as well, yeah. Some stuff Glenn has learnt me, especially when it comes down to using Spirit Box, the correct way to use the Spirit Box, hearing out for direct replies. Some other stuff I already knew because I've always had an interest in the paranormal, but even with other things, research, or I've may have seen something, or I might have remembered something from a few years ago, and I think, okay, I wonder if I adapt it to this, that, and the other, would it work for me in this type of experiment? This is why from time to time, Live Ghost Box, Marianne, by Steve Holte. Or you've got the paid version is Live Ghost Box Plus, where you've got more than just the one stream. I can't remember how much it is at the moment. As I was saying, I would ignore them, Mikhail. They probably don't know anything themselves. Um, so it's like on my channel sometimes, like the stream that I did the other day. That was an experiment, as far as I'm aware, that's never been tried out before. So again, it's just trying to get, with the paranormal, we have to keep trying to push those boundaries, make sure we get those direct replies, not make sure that we lead the sessions and not spirit leads the session. When we're annotating, only put in what's relevant. Don't put anything that's not relevant if we're annotating. So, like I turn around and say at the end of every stream or at the end of every session is stay truthful, stay honest with Glenn. Credibility is everything. Don't fake. Be true to yourself. Have an open heart when you're doing this. Be honest. Because spirit will know if you're faking it, if your heart's not in it, if you're only doing it for monetary reasons. Spirit will know all of this. And again, that will actually go to what type of contact, if any, that you will receive. And I think I'm all talked out. But I think I've probably waffled quite a bit. Yeah. But yes, research. Oh dear. But I think with saying all of that, I am going to do myself another cup of coffee and yeah, and chill out somewhat, see who's streaming, and enjoy the rest of the day. Well, what there is of it, as it's 4 p.m. over here in Germany. Thank you. It's like I've said, the paranormal is something I'm passionate about. When sometimes when I will always give my own personal opinion on something. When it comes down to drama, no, I'm not interested in it, and PWN isn't interested in it. If that's what you're into, I don't allow it on PWN or on any social media platform. I'm in it for the paranormal and the paranormal only. But anyways, you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, wherever you happen to be in the world, whenever you happen to be watching this stream. Even if you don't watch the stream and you come across it 2 years later, still hello, have a great day. So that's everyone in chat. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. All of nearly 2.25 hours. It's much appreciated. I'll see if I don't see you, any of you around. Have an absolutely fabulous Christmas, whatever you're doing. Even if you're not celebrating, enjoy the rest. So until the next stream, the next box session, wherever I may pop up, as always, guys, stay truthful, stay honest. Bye. Take care. Bye.